Good evening. This is the evening news on Remo TV. I am Ajagbe on National News. The House of Representatives has mandated its committees on communication, justice, information and culture, and national security and intelligence to begin an investigation into the suspension placed on Twitter by the federal government. Femi Gbajabiamila, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, set up the committee at the resumption of the plenary season of the House on Tuesday in Abuja. He added that the committee should invite the Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, to brief the House on the objectives, intent, and duration of the suspension on the operations of Twitter in Nigeria. He gave the committees 10 days within which to report to the House, adding that the reports of the committees would guide further action by the House on the matter. According to him, the House of Representatives recognizes that Twitter, like other social media networks, is an important tool for communication and commerce in Nigeria, particularly among the younger generation who have used these networks for enterprise and innovation with great success. The House also recognizes that as social media has been a tool of good, it can also be a tool of bad actors. As such, the government has a legitimate interest in ensuring that these platforms are not used to commit vile actions against individuals and the state in general. Still on national news, Mr. Julius Bokoro, an aide to the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Chief Timpere Silva, says there is no rift between the minister and that of Niger Delta Affairs Senator Godswill Akpabio. Bokori, Special Advisor Media and Public Affairs to the Minister of the State for Petroleum Resources, in a statement issued on Tuesday, debunked claims of an alleged row between ministers over the formation of the board of the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC). Bokori noted that Silva was not in any way involved in an attempt to truncate the chances of certain individuals from being managing director of the region's apex interventionist body. The minister rather hopes and prays that for the sake of the development of the region, competent, committed, compassionate, and patriotic people get appointed. He noted that Silva would continue to work towards building harmony among Niger Delta leaders, attracting more development and making the South-South region more peaceful. On local news, efforts towards encouraging the speaking of Remo dialect among students and youth in Remo community was the brain behind the event. This was an inter-school debate in Remo land tagged Resuscitating Remo Dialects. Oba Babatunde Adewale Ajayi, the Akaribo and paramount ruler of Remo land, ably represented by Oba Adewale Oshiberu, who also doubles as the chairman of the occasion, welcomes all stakeholders at the occasion and applauded the great gesture put together by J.K. Lee's concept. Ajagbe Community School, Iperu, emerged the winner of this inter-school dialect competition. Sagamu High School came second, while Isara High School came third, respectively. The Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dr. Dapo Abiodun MFR, Asiwaju of Remo Land, Asiwaju SK, Onofowokan, Ogun State Principal General, Ogun State Zonal Educational Officers, and other educational stakeholders graced the occasion. On international news, French President Emmanuel Macron has been slapped during a walkabout session with a crowd in southeast France. In a video circulating on social media, Mr. Macron, dressed in shirt sleeves, could be seen walking towards a crowd of well-wishers who were behind a metal barrier. The president reached out his hand to greet one man in a green t-shirt with glasses and a face mask. The man could be heard shouting, before then delivering a slap to Mr. Macron's face. The president's security entourage intervened to pull the man to the ground and moved Mr. Macron away from him. They confirmed that a man had attempted to slap the president. Finally, entertainment news. Play Network Studios Rattlesnake is finally joining the increasing list of Nollywood titles on global streaming platform Netflix. According to executive producer Charles, Rattlesnake The Anna Story has been licensed by Netflix for international release. Directed by Ramsey Noah, the reboot brings twists to the original classic by Amaka Egwe that follows the story of Anna, a young man who turns to crime following the betrayal of his uncle and mother. He sets up a gang of multi-talented criminals called the Amandas and they thrive till they meet their Waterloo. It stars Tanizi, Buchi Franklin, Osas Gudaro, as well as Nollywood veterans Chinwere Wilfred, Ejike Ashigbu, and others. The release premiered in November 2020, a few months after the government eased off the COVID-19 lockdown. Amidst the pandemic, the film reportedly grossed 70 million naira in box office. This will be Play Network's second film on the streamer following the debut of its multiple award-winning Living in Bondage Breaking Free. That's it for Evening News on Remo TV. For more news, you can follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Official Remo TV. You can also visit our website on www.remotv.com.ng. I am Ajala. Good evening.